Chris, the Olympics have just ended. Great Britain's finished above China in the medal table. I'm going to assume that that is unconnected with the news that we've seen today in the FT about China or Chinese entities buying Liverpool Football Club. As a worried fan, can you tell me what on earth's going on?
Sure. I think it's completely unconnected to the Olympics because, of course, the England football team in particular performs so badly in contrast to our Olympians who do so well. No, so this is an approach, an unsolicited approach by the Chinese state-backed investment group Everbright and also a private equity company who have made this unsolicited approach to acquire a stake for Liverpool Football Club. We don't know how big the stake or on what terms, but this is the latest in a series of Chinese investments, not only in the English Premier League. There were some Chinese investors who bought a stake in Manchester City late last year, but they've also been on a kind of shopping spree of sports-related acquisitions over the last couple of years.
And how does it work? Because we understand they're very keen on sport. We understand, I mean, from the way they've leapt up the Olympic medals tables over the decades. But how does buying a stake in a company that's currently owned, I understand, by US interests, I mean, is this an attempt to make a financial gain? Or is it an attempt to, is it like a tournament model where you try and buy someone who looks up and coming, they might do well, or are they hoping to make money from it as a business?
Well, this is it. So typically, Premier League clubs, historically at least, if you take a longer view, never really made that much money, bar a handful, a small handful. That has changed radically, even in the last 5 to 10 years, mostly because of the enormous increase in broadcasting revenues they get from beaming EPL matches all over the world. Now, thankfully for a club such as Liverpool, which hasn't actually won any major trophies, as you would know, for a number of years, this does not matter as far as its profits are concerned. Its profits have increased from around 4 million 4 years ago, these are operating profits, to 60 million for the latest season.
So not actually coming near the Champions League doesn't hurt. I understand that one of the reasons is, for a long time, those the money came in much, much higher, the TV rights and so forth, but that all went straight down to the players. And they've managed to cap that a little bit with regulations that say you can't boost your players' wages that fast.
So they've managed to cap the proportion of wages to overall sales fairly successfully. And actually, Liverpool, according to the latest figures from Deloitte, is slightly below the wages to total revenues average across the Premier League, which is round about 55%. So it's somewhat below that. So that's something that's attractive. But the fact that it has managed to grow its revenues, mostly thanks to broadcasting, but also commercial. Of course, we all think about Liverpool FC as a football club because it's viewed through Anfield, its heritage, which is, of course, extremely marketable, not least to up-and-coming Chinese football fans. But it's really, this is more, if you view it through a spreadsheet, it looks like a sports marketing company with a football club attached. The match day revenues only account for about a fifth. And that has been pretty static for the last few years. What they're trying to do now is add capacity at Anfield because the Premier League kind of stadium utilization capacity is about 96%. So they think more seats simply translate into more revenues, which is the kind of revenue bedrock of all English football
And I'm
clubs.
going to take it as assumed that you're also forecasting more trophies. And before you can contradict, I think we should end it there. Chris, thank you very much.